Ready? All right, we'll have at it. We're at the Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Aspen Place Health Campus. Cornerstone Bakery makes the official donut of the Coaches Show. Let's dig right in here. We've got the coaches from South Decatur, Greensburg, North Decatur, holding the microphone. Kyle Nobby from the North Decatur Chargers. Kyle, thanks for coming to the Coaches Show.
Good morning.
Back in action after, an 8 or 10 day layoff, I guess, from your first ball game. I was going to ask, you originally had, of course, you opened last Tuesday before Thanksgiving at Greensburg. You originally had a game scheduled for, Friday or Saturday of the same week, is that right?
Saturday with
Milan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I presume their football success backed that up?
Yeah, it did. So obviously it gave us a pretty extended break between games. I'm not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Wish we could have played on that Saturday. It would have given us another small sample size of things that we need to work on or things that we can do well. That would have prepared us maybe for this weekend. But that's kind of how it goes, and it gave us some time to work on things that we saw after the Greensburg game heading into this weekend.
So now 4 straight home games. First one was last night at home. South Decatur, a really good basketball game. You may beg to differ with that. You led most of the ball game. Ended up South Decatur got you then 55-54.
It was a great atmosphere from both sides. I thought both teams played extremely hard. I thought our kids played well in stretches or did things well in stretches. We just weren't able to sustain things consistently last night. We were able to, win all the first 3 quarters, but unfortunately the fourth quarter we got outscored. I think by 8, and obviously that's a difference in the game. But a lot of positives to take away. A lot of things, obviously, that we have to improve on in a quick turnaround tonight, but things that we're going to build upon, heading throughout this season.
Yeah, for people that didn't get to see the ball game, it was tied up with 4.5 minutes to go, tied up with a couple minutes to go, and came down with both teams having difficulty at times at the free throw line.
Yeah, and I think Coach Dixon can agree. I think if either team could have made a free throw consistently, it probably would have been a 10-point game either way. It's heat of the moment, and kids have to understand and learn that, how important it is to step up and knock in those free throws. And like I tell the kids, I know you're not meaning to miss them. But that's why it's so important that, you have the consistency, whether it's in practice or, in the first quarter, you shoot them the same way, you shoot them with the same amount of confidence. And, we hit some, we missed some, but we missed too many that in parts of the game. I told Braden Blauvelt after the game, I know he was pretty disappointed. He missed a free throw with maybe 14 or 15 seconds left. I hit the first one, missed the second one when we were down 1, and he was obviously pretty disappointed that that game didn't come down to that. We missed, I think, 3 front ends in the second half. Those are the things that, when we were up 7, 8, 9 points, that extends the lead a little bit more and gives us a little bit more of a cushion. Where you miss those in south counters with scores, it can change the tide of the game in a hurry.
Yeah, it came down 8 seconds left, I believe. North Decatur with the ball down by 1. Dylan drives, it seems like right angle in there, and in traffic, maybe a little contact, maybe not, but anyway, the shot doesn't go, and South gets out of there with a win.
It's not as much that we missed the shot; it's that we came out of a timeout and didn't execute virtually anything that we drew up, and
that ever happened.
And that's kids, that's 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and I talking to my JV coach, PJ Metz, after the game, and he said, Coach, you got to realize, last year, this time, Cameron Adams was playing on the freshman team.
Yeah.
And that's hard to believe. Here's a kid that plays, significant minutes for us, and a lot of inexperience out there other than Dylan from a basketball standpoint. But you look throughout the kids that we have, maybe the inexperience even in other sports. You can throw Corey Fastbinder and Evan Smith and Cole Palmer probably in that. In football, they've been in different situations that are that are pretty key. But other than that, not a whole lot of kids, so it's a lot of learning. And I thought South had just a little bit more composure than we had the last 4 or 5 minutes, and that goes back to Coach Dixon and his team and his program, but also with virtually 5 guys out there that have played 2-3 years of varsity basketball that that little bit of composure can go a long way in tight games and tight situations.
Yep, 4 new starters, and that, of course, sometimes shows early in the season. Nonetheless, no time to think a lot about it. You got a tough customer tonight at home.
Oh yeah, we do. We turn around and play South Ripley, who is probably one of our biggest rivals now. Year in and year out, it seems like whether it's regular season or
Sectional
it
finals.
seems a lot of sectional finals we've been in with South Ripley. They're a quality team. They're well coached, hard nosed, a lot different team this year than obviously last year, or maybe if some of the teams that Coach Reisman's had in the past. They don't have a whole lot of size, but they got a lot of quickness, a lot of strength. They're going to do some things to try to get us on our heels, and we're going to have to counter that by coming out and playing with the same amount of energy and emotion that we did last night.
And hopefully you have a good crowd. Good crowd last night, and there's probably as many South students as North students, but a great atmosphere for basketball last night.
It was, and I congratulate both schools and fan bases for the support they gave their respective schools, but also their teams as well, and those kids.
Of course, kids, don't really care for the setback last night. But what was their frame of mind in the locker room last night, knowing they had to turn around and do it again today?
I told them after we talked briefly after the game that this game's over. We have to move forward. We have specific goals we set out for the season, and I told them, it's tough losing to a rival and losing in the fashion that we lost, but it's considered our Civil War game. But we're lucky enough that game 2 will be for the conference, so we still have an opportunity to play South again. So you have to put that behind you, and you have to start focusing on what's ahead of you today, and that's what we really tried to do after the game. That's what we're going to do today with our walkthrough, obviously focusing on that, and we'll put the South Decatur game to rest and see if we can improve tonight on some things that we did not do very well last night.
Of course, still a young team, still finding its way. What, in your sense, what kind of tempo favors your ball club?
Well, I don't know, because we don't score very well and we don't defend very well, so I don't know. I would say probably more. When we played Greensburg, that one thing we said is, if it's in the 60s or in 70s, we're in trouble. We cannot play at that pace right now. We don't know what kind of team collectively we have to be able to play at a high pace like that. And I guess it's more, the way I've been. Coach Meyer and I both play for Snod, and he liked to get up and down the floor, and I know he liked to talk about defense, but we really didn't do a whole lot of that. And I loved playing that way, but as a coach, I just, I believe a lot in being a defensive team and a hard-nosed team and a team that's able to rebound the basketball. And, so I've kind of flipped the switch from a player to a coach. We would like to play a tempo maybe in the 50s rather than the 70s, obviously.
Well, 4 straight home games, is that just a quirk in the schedule?
Yeah, it is. Coach Dixon and I talked about that last night. We moved some games around at one point. South Ripley, we used to play after the first of the season after the first of the year, and to try to balance out our home and away early in the season, and then something else got changed, and it went right back to the way it was. So, it's good for this group of kids.
Yeah.
We need these 4 home games. The familiarity of playing at home, you think you play a little bit better, play with a little more confidence maybe at home, and especially being young and trying to figure things out. Hopefully we'll take any advantage we can get, and we've got 3 straight now, and the next one's just as important as the first one that we played.
On the December 30th Martinsville tournament, North Dakota
Yep.
will participate. I'm looking here. We've got 4A Martinsville, we've got 4A Zionsville, 4A Lafayette Jeff, and single A North Decatur. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great experience. It's the Wooden Classic. Great for our kids to have that experience to go up there and play. It's getting harder and harder to find those kind of tournaments or find a tournament to play in. And I know Coach Meyer and I have talked about and getting teams that consistently commit to that. To play in those tournaments. So, last year, it just kind of came about. Last year, we played in the Roncalli tournament, which was a great experience. That is the same tournament again this year, but it got moved to Floyd Central. And my wife really wasn't too shot up with us traveling to Floyd Central on December 23rd. And I know the rest of the mothers in our program probably wouldn't have been too shot up with coming back on
They go shopping.
Yeah.
Louisville.
So I wasn't all fired up really either about going all the way down to Floyd Central for a 9 a.m. JV start and being there all day, being that close to Christmas. So we were fortunate enough to get in the Martinsville tournament. Zionsville and Lafayette Jeff weren't originally supposed to be in there. It was supposed to be Perry Meridian and Mooresville. And something happened where, one of them jumped and the other jumped, and Martinsville had a backup. So, needless to say, we're going to have our hands full December 30th.
Yep, 3 4A teams, but you're used to that. I mean, you have East Central on the schedule and others, Greensburg, and that's sometimes you're the big school, sometimes you're the small school.
Yeah, and we schedule this way. You don't want to schedule yourself out of wins consistently. But in the 14 years I've been at North, I truly feel that our conference and non-conference schedule have really prepared us for sectionals. And, when we're able to execute, whether it's against Martinsville or South Decatur or Batesville or Greensburg, we feel like we should be able to execute when we're playing Switzerland County or South Ripley or Milan, whomever it may be, in a crunch time in a sectional setting. So you hope those experiences lend itself to give you some positive outcomes when it really matters in March.
Okay, so we start JV tips off, at 6 o'clock tonight?
6 o'clock, yep.
And varsity to follow after that. Again, you'll be at home tonight against South Ripley. South Ripley 2-0 coming in right here, playing some pretty good basketball. Mm-hmm. We got to talk a little bit about football and about your picks last week.
Well, I think Holdsworth picked mine last week.
He did not. Going to find the picks. So here we go. You ended up, we had 9 picks and you got 3 right.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not
pretty
bad.
good. So,
yeah.
So
that's why I don't gamble.
That puts you in, no, I take that back. You got 4 right.
Hey, there you go.
You got 4 right. You got 3 right. There we go. Stacy got 6 right and he wasn't even here.
Yeah, that's big time.
All right. Well, let's see what we got. We got fewer games. Last week was a wealth of games.
Sure.
Final, but we got 3 college games and 3 pro games. We got they're both 9-2. Oklahoma State is at Oklahoma.
I'm taking Oklahoma.
All right. And this is a softball for you. SEC championship game, Alabama and Florida.
Alabama.
Might as well just circle that for everybody.
Yeah.
Big Ten championship game. They're both 10-2. Wisconsin, Penn State.
I'm going to take Wisconsin.
All right. And then 11-1. Ohio State's not in the championship game. So.
Yeah.
Although they may have more odds, they'll have a better chance of getting in the final.
Sure.
Anyway, it's the way it goes. Pro games, Eagles are at the Bengals. For what it's worth, I think that's pick 'em in the line.
I'm going to take the Bengals because them beating the Eagles will help the Cowboys.
Gotcha.
And probably the same thing with the next pick.
Giants and Steelers.
Yeah, it pains me to pick either team, but I will take the Steelers.
Brian likes that,
Yeah.
All right, okay. And this is a pick 'em Colts, Jets. That's Monday Night Football.
Oh, Lord.
Both losing records.
Let's go with the Colts.
All right. There we have it. You're only 2 games out of first place.
Yeah,
that's how you got to look at it.
It looks like they're all right, too, from here. So,
all right. Well, we appreciate your coming to the Coaches Show. We have, of course, Cornerstone Bakery Donuts. You have a couple of those. Bacon,
sure.
Sausage, orange juice. We got fruit. Anybody touch the fruit? Absolutely. Guess Brian touched the fruit. All right. Final thoughts before we send you on your way, Coach?
Yeah, I want to wish the other teams in the county good luck tonight, and hopefully we have another great return of support tonight for these young kids, and I know they're going to come out and play hard and battle and do their best to put themselves in a position to get the win. So I'm looking forward to it. Want to wish our freshman team, they play at Batesville at home today, want to wish them good luck as well. So go Chargers.
All right, Kyle Nobby of the North Decatur Chargers here at the Coaches Show at Aspen Place. We'll step away for a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Stone's Farm Service at 921 East Main in Greensburg is southeastern Indiana's Kubota dealer. Stop by and check out their great lineup of Kubota tractors and utility vehicles. These hard-working tractors and four-wheel utility vehicles come with gas or diesel engines. Stone's Farm Service, serving Decatur and surrounding counties for over 20 years. Give them a visit, 921 East Main in Greensburg, or phone 663-3787.
This is Paula Sibbett of Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick. We would like to invite you to come to our dealership in Greensburg, meet our courteous employees, and get acquainted with our sales and service departments. We are happy and willing to serve you with all your service needs or help you with the purchase of a new or pre-owned vehicle. Tom Sibbett has been in this area for over 50 years, and we believe in giving our customers honest, courteous, and reliable service. Come visit us in Greensburg at 950 North Michigan Avenue, just off Highway 3 bypass. Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick will be there for you.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and we are a proud supporter of all our student athletes. We know that being a student athlete takes hard work and dedication to stay on top of your game. It takes that same hard work and dedication to provide great customer service. At Batesville Chrysler, we've been putting families into reliable cars since 1984. And when it comes to buying a dependable car, who you buy from really does matter. So visit us at Batesville Chrysler. We'll be there for you before and after the sale. We work hard every day to prove that you can buy a car anywhere, but at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is the difference.
The mobile recycling route for 2016. The first Saturday of each month is 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. at Clarksburg, 9:30 to 10:30 at Sandusky, 11 to 12 at Adams, and 12:30 to 1:30 at Burney. The second Saturday of each month is 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. at St. Morris, 9:30 to 10:30 at New Point, 11 to 12 at Millhausen, and if you have any questions, contact the Decatur County Solid Waste District at 812-663-0960.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
All right, we're back at it at the Coaches Show. We're at Aspen Place Health Campus. The host of our Coach Show, the physical host amongst all our other sponsors. Cornerstone Bakery, Coach, is the official donut of the Coaches Show. Did you get one yet?
I'll get one to go.
We'll get one, all right. Well, I know Kyle took a couple of them anyway. So here we are, the Greensburg Pirates. Coach Stacy Meyer with us here this morning on WTRE. 2 games deep into the season. Home game tonight against Batesville, your only game of the week.
It is. We played South Dearborn last week, just one game over the weekend, and then no games throughout the week, no game last night, so this will be our only one, so our kids should be well rested.
All right, 2-0 here early on the season. In fact, an unusual after your Saturday game, unusual Monday, we'll be playing a home game against Hauser, a rare Monday ball game.
It is. Last few years we've played Hauser on Monday, and we've had to switch our schedule around. We had a Title IX lawsuit with Franklin County, so we had to switch a lot of games around, and actually we're playing Indian Creek on a Monday this year as well. Right. So tough games to play because there's absolutely no preparation. Just like tonight, we'll give them a scouting report over Hauser. You can't meet tomorrow, obviously, and then Monday you have school. So
you just cancel church and come in and practice.
Yeah, I don't know if the IHSA would agree with that.
Well, all right, so tonight, Batesville, they're obviously just a one game deep in their season. They're 1-0. So you've had just one look at them. What do you know about the Bulldogs this year?
You know, they played Jacksonville was their first game, and beat Jacksonville pretty good. They pressed them 1-2-2. A lot of pressure, half-court defense as well. Offensively, they run a motion base where they'll look for both of their bigs, isolate them in the post, and they've got 3 perimeter guys. And it's their same team as last year. They didn't lose anybody, so they're experienced. And I thought they struggled at the beginning of last year, but at the end of last year, they were playing really well and just kind of taking off from there heading into this year.
And how many starters do you bring back from last year?
Not many.
None. 0?
Yes.
0. All right. Nonetheless, 2-0. So obviously, a young team and a team like Batesville, they may try to, like say, 1-2-2, may try to trap, pressure the guards. What do you got to answer there?
You know, you have to move the ball. You got to get the ball in the middle of the floor against the zone press. And they've got length, even though there are 2 bigs inside or 6'4" that are long. So you can't catch and hold and get trapped for one. You got to use your pass fakes, try to split it, get the ball reversed. So that is one concern. And like with any press, if you can break it, our goal is to shoot layups at the other end. And that's what we always tell our kids is, you know, your mindset is we can't be pressed. We're going to go shoot a layup. So hopefully we can take care of the basketball and get high quality looks.
Whether you're pressed or whether it's in a half-court set, you're big like a lot of coaches. You're big, and you don't like someone just to hold the ball for 3 or 4 seconds and then do something with it. Mm-hmm. Like freeze the ball space.
Right, and any time offensively, if you're holding on to it for 3 seconds, the defense gets set. The help's there and takes away any drives or anything like that. So ball movement is important in any offense that you run.
All right, so Batesville tonight, next week, Monday, Hauser, Friday at East Central. Another big one, East Central back in action after their football success, but I know their season's been delayed also. You know, the Hauser Jets, what do you know about Bob Nobby and the Jets so far? They're playing pretty well. They're 2-1. They're only lost against Columbus North.
Yes, we had an opportunity to see them play Trinity Lutheran on Tuesday, and basically it's their JV team from last year, but I think their JV went undefeated. They're very good. They have a big kid in the middle that has great footwork, great hands. Their guards can play. They're good. I was impressed. And as far as, you know, Bob has run, you know, kind of the same stuff since he's been there, and they're running that very well. And fortunate for that group, I think they were able to stay together because they were so senior heavy last year on varsity that he could keep all these kids together. And they've had a ton of success, this group. And you can tell they play with confidence and they have the right pieces. They've got inside presence and they got guards that can play.
This past summer, you were the Indiana All-Stars coach. So it's a good feather in your cap, very nice like that. But what about that experience?
It was great. We spent the week at Marion, and we practiced for the week, and then at the end of the week, obviously, we played Kentucky and home and away. And then throughout the week, we also played our junior all-star team. But I couldn't ask for a better situation. Aaron Wolf and Scott Hicks were the assistant coaches, and we got to know each other really well and same philosophies. Had a great group of kids that got along well, that shared the basketball in an all-star game. Sometimes you don't see that. But we had a few distractions, if you will, at the end of the week. All of our kids were there for the game in Indianapolis. Then we went to Kentucky, and 3 of them went on to college that night. So we were left with a little shorthanded down at Kentucky.
Yeah. And the ball game?
We won by 1.
By 1.
And thank goodness we have a streak, like a 16 or 17 games. Thank goodness we weren't the ones to end that streak.
I was going to say it would be a trivia question. Who was the coach of the Indiana All-Stars when they, after a 185-game win streak,
That's right.
finally lost to Kentucky? So, yeah, you end up one-handedly the first game against Kentucky, and it was a nail-biter. That second one barely got out of there.
Well,
There's a lot of pride to be able to coach that team, but you had to feel the pressure.
Oh, yeah, and you do, because you don't want to be the coach that loses. But it's also interesting right now having a chance to see some of those kids play, you know, and they're kind of, this year's Indiana All-Stars are kind of scattered everywhere. You know, they weren't just, 3 or 4 kids or stayed in Indiana and played somewhere. They're scattered all over. So kind of neat to be able to see them on TV playing.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier, but you have kids who are All-Stars. They're not only the best player on their team, best player in their conference probably for several years. You bring them in an all-star situation. All our all-star teams are like this. Sometimes them taking on a different role doesn't always go so smoothly.
It doesn't, and it's difficult. You're, like you said, you're looking at every one of those kids have averaged over 20 points a game their whole career, and you're asking them to pass the basketball and be a piece of the piece of the puzzle. But they did accept it and excelled. Yeah, so it was a great experience.
Yeah, the kids. You had a number of kids on the team. Was there any one or two that really surprised you that you know a lot about coming into this experience?
One that we did know a whole lot was Eugene German from Gary 21st Century, and he's probably the best kid that I've been seen one-on-one or been a part of or coached. The best kid I've seen be able to play one-on-one. He was unbelievable. And at Kentucky, I think he ended up with 33. And he's at Northern Illinois right now and playing there. So that was one surprise. And he probably would not have been on the All-Star team if he didn't come to the top 60 workout and have an outstanding day at the top 60.
Yeah, just a jewel in the rough, so to speak.
Yes.
So, all right. So, you had that situation in that final game where you were down to 8 players?
Yes, we were.
Is that right? In the future, I know you're not really involved with it much in the future going forward, the All-Stars, but was there been some discussion about in the future some way to get a better commitment for kids to play both of those ball games?
Yeah, there has been. And, with the timing of it, a lot of those kids are asked to go to college because they're starting college classes, and that's what happened to us. So they have tinkered with or talked about moving the game time-wise, moving it up a little bit. So, again, a lot of moving parts in doing that. But I think, for the Indiana All-Stars and Kentucky All-Stars series, we need to seriously look at that because we do need a commitment in both those games.
Gotcha. All right. Greensburg hosting their own holiday tournament. I needed to clarify with you, of course, the participants, Greensburg, North Harrison, Milan.
And that's just 3 this year.
Just 3.
We had Indianapolis Shortridge. They backed out.
Okay.
And we could not find a team. Everyone's, at this time has got their schedule full. So what we will do is we'll play a round robin.
Okay.
We will play North Harrison in the morning at 10. Then North Harrison will play Milan, and then we'll play Milan that evening. So we'll play each team. And obviously, if you're 2-0, you'll win it. If everybody's 1-1, then we'll go on point differential on who wins it.
Gotcha. Kind of like aggregate, like soccer, huh?
Yes.
Like that. So, the ladies in action this past week, Coach Jason Simpson, they had a game against 2 ranked teams, Greensburg, Jacksonville, team that went a win in overtime last year.
Yes.
My recollection is, and boy, this year, what a ball game. 2 overtimes.
We got down big, kind of like East Central. We were down 20, and the girls kept fighting, kept scratching, clawing, and ended up going to double overtime. And you guys were talking about free throw shooting. With Coach Nobby and Coach Dixon, it was kind of the same thing with the girls the other night. No team wanted to win. They were missing free throws left and right, turning it over, but an exciting game and a good win for the girls.
Yeah, they won 60-56, took 2 overtimes to get it done. In fact, the last couple games for Coach Simpson, he was down big at East Central, came back and just lost by 1 point.
Yep.
Down big at Jacksonville, came back and win a double overtime. He has to employ a new strategy, don't you think?
We do.
Not get down big in the first half. Would you convey that? I mean, he appreciates tips from the radio crew, I know. Would you let him know that? So
yes, that'd be good.
All right. So, well, we're 2 games deep in the season. We're looking for a good home crowd tonight. Batesville, they always that's always a rivalry, and they always bring a good crowd, and expect a lot of fireworks tonight.
Well, it'll be a good game, and we're still finding out things about ourselves because we are young, and every game gives you those different situations where we haven't been in a situation in the fourth quarter, the score's tied, and, we have to have a basket or that defensive stop. And so as the season progresses, you get put in those situations, and tonight's another game, and with Batesville, it's always going to be a really good game.
Yeah. Are the it's early in the season, you got all new starters. Are the starting lineups, how firm are those? Are those still fluid, or is it? I know you've in the past not like to change your starting lineup a lot, barring injuries or such. But
right, and I think our starters are probably set. And again, it can change. It can change. But I like to get that rotation down early so kids can mold into their roles and understand the roles and expectations. So bar no injuries, that will probably keep it the same.
Yeah, and like I say, they're not only learning their roles on this team, but like you say, they haven't faced their 2 games into it. They haven't faced all the fast teams, the hold the ball teams,
Yeah.
the run up and down the court teams, the tall teams. They have that learning experience to go through. So it's kind of fun though.
It is, and like we have faced Kyle. Our first game against North was all man to man. We played South Dearborn the other night. That was all 3. They just 3-2 zoned us. So every game is different, and the preparation for every game is different.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about football. You sent Coach Holdsworth in here last week, and I think it's because he knew more about football than what you did. Is that
Absolutely.
Right? In fact, he did you proud. We had, after the coaches' football picks, Coach Dixon trailing us here with 3-6 last week. He's a football guy too. He's a big Steelers. He's got a Steelers hat. We'll talk to him about that here in a minute. Kyle Nobby 4-5, and well, you get credit for being 6-3.
That's awesome.
Assistant coaches are supposed to make their coaches look good. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Well, let's go with your picks here. They're both 9-2. You've got Oklahoma State at Oklahoma.
Let's go Oklahoma State. Where's it at?
At Oklahoma.
Let's go Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Right, you like the home team. All right, this is an easy one. Alabama, Florida for the SEC championship game.
I'd like to go against Alabama, but I'm not.
Florida lost to Florida State big last week too. So.
We'll go Alabama.
All right, I think that's an easy one there. Big Ten championship game, Wisconsin, Penn State. Both are 10-2.
I like Wisconsin.
Do you? Do you like Ohio State?
I like them better than Michigan.
All right. Pro games, Eagles at the Bengals.
Let's go Eagles.
All right. Giants at the Steelers.
Let's go Giants.
Brian's raising an eyebrow.
Uh-oh.
Colts at the Jets, Monday night.
Got to go Colts. Got to go Colts.
All right. There we have it. Well, we're looking for a good ball game tonight. I'll be with you tonight at the game tonight when we host Batesville. Coach, some parting thoughts?
Nope. Good luck to the other 2 teams tonight, and hopefully we have a good crowd and a good outcome.
Very good. Coach, get you a Cornerstone Bakery donut on the way out. Thanks for coming to the Coach's Show.
All right. Thank you very much.
Stacy Meyer, head coach of the Greensburg Pirates here at Aspen Place. We'll be right back.
Enjoy dinner at the Fireside Inn in Enochsburg, serving their famous fried chicken and shrimp each evening. Specials are Tuesday, tacos and taco soup. All-you-can-eat catfish on Wednesday. Thursday, it's hot wings, barbecued wings, battered wings, livers, and gizzards. Friday evening features cod and bassa catfish dinners. Prefer a sandwich? They have a great selection. Salad bar is available Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. Hours at the Fireside Inn are Tuesday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. For reservations, call 934-4174.
It's time for the Black Friday sales event at Acre Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Greensburg. The new 2016s are at unbelievable blowout prices to make room for the new 2017 models. Right now at Acre in Greensburg, save up to 15% off MSRP on all new 2016 Chrysler 200s. This includes all models, including the new 2016 Chrysler 200C with leather and heated seats, sunroof, and navigation. You can also save up to 15% off MSR on all new 2016 Dodge Darts that are well equipped with heated seats, sunroof, and remote start. With these savings, the new 2016 models won't last long during the Black Friday sales event at Acre in Greensburg. Buy your new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram before it's too late. Come visit Marty Garwood, Ron Gardner, Ryan Scudder, Floyd Riggs, Rick Jones, Kevin Milburn, Janice Jones, or Josh Camplain at Acre Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, 1407 North Lincoln Street in Greensburg today.
Hi, this is Cheryl Johnson, Community Liaison for Morning Breeze Health and Retirement Community. Morning Breeze is a CMS 5-star health campus offering 3 levels of care. Our villas offer independent living in our beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath, maintenance-free condo-style living. We offer large studio-style assisted living units inside our health campus. Morning Breeze is a top-rated skilled nursing facility with an outstanding therapy department offering short and long-term rehab.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Hey, we're back with you here from Aspen Place Health Campus. They're the host of the Coaches Show, and we've had discussion this morning with Kyle Nobby from North Decatur, Stacy Meyer from Greensburg, and who does that leave us with? Brian Dixon from South Decatur. Coach, thanks for coming here to Aspen Place tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys, for hosting us.
Big game last night. You're on the road at North Decatur. That was pretty much anybody's ball game.
Yeah. If you watched the first three quarters, though, you thought North was just playing a dominant game because they kept getting up and getting up. We'd get close, and then they'd score. We started off with the ball to start the game. We had a great steal in the third quarter, and we just turned it over. And all of a sudden, they come down and hit a three. We get the ball back, turn it over, they come down and hit another three. So it was like, oh, no, here we go. But our kids were resilient. They just played through the adversity, and it was really, really nice to see, especially because last year we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, final score last night, South Decatur defeating North Decatur 55-54. That was played at North Decatur. You trailed for all but a few minutes of that ball game.
Yeah, basically the whole game.
Yeah.
And we had our chances. We'd cut it within 3, cut it within 2, and just, never got over the edge. They'd come down, make a big play, hit a 3 or do something, and it was one of those kind of freak things that just happened. It's part of the game. But we were able to manage the fourth quarter really well for our team. We set one play up that Matt Cornett has been begging to run all year. We set up an out-of-bounds play, and we were down at the time. I think we were down 7 or 5. And he calls it, we have this alley-oop play that we can never run in practice very well at all. I think we ran it 30 times in practice, and 0 times it's been successful.
Yeah.
And
that sounds like a good play to me. Let's go with that.
Yeah, he's screaming it on the side out to me. He's putting his finger up, calling the play, and then I'm all right, fine. So we run the play, and then Oakley Billingsley throws an absolute perfect alley-oop, and Matt Cornett just absolutely hammers it. And you just should have seen the sea of the South Decatur people just jumping and screaming. I've never heard such a loud roar in a gym, in a long time
from a road team.
From a road team, yeah. And that was the turning point for us. After he was able to flush that through the rim, we just started playing on fire. We made a couple turnovers for them, got some easy baskets for us, and we finally started making some free throws a little bit towards the end of the game.
Yeah, Matt Cornett playing big for you last night. Nick Bench chipping in 16 points also, and thought they played pretty well like that. Both teams, I tell you, had to lose a few hairs last night, especially in the closing moments, just struggling to hit a free throw.
Yeah, when we shot free throws this week. Not a ton, but we shot more than we did the week before.
Yeah.
And we shot the week before better from the free throw line. But it just, the atmosphere of the game changes the factor of a mindset on a free throw line. You can't ever practice that. It's not like I can turn up, a speaker that screaming fans can listen to all practice. But, a lot of it's just a mental thing. You have to mentally just do what you're doing normally. And as soon as you just do what you're doing normally, you'll be fine. But that's the thing is when you get that atmosphere screaming and yelling, it's a different story, and you can't practice that.
Yeah, and you could shoot a million free throws in a row from your driveway. But, you've been running a sprint, stop all of a sudden, now you got to calm your body.
Right.
Calm your breathing. Calm your it is different.
It is, and especially at North, they put the band right there next to you. On the third and fourth quarter, you're shooting, and then you got the band and the fans on the other side. The student section on the other side. So it's good on their part. So that's definitely home court advantage right there.
Yeah, home court advantage. Nonetheless, South had good representation from their student section last night.
Yes, I want to thank the student section tremendously. That was awesome. I think we had 8 rows or 9 rows deep of students that were at the game, all jump and stand. I don't think they sat down the whole game, which is nice. We just hopefully they come out some more and support us some more. We got some home games coming up before the holidays, so we'd love to see you guys back out there. I can't guarantee we'll get another dunk like we did, but hopefully we can build from this and go out, because I know today we got to turn around and go to Rising Sun right off there off the Ohio River. So that's going to be a long trip.
No rest for the wicked, a road game, but this one a true road game.
Yeah.
At least you don't have school to
Yeah, thank goodness.
Anyway, go
Thank
down
goodness.
On the river, play at Rising Sun. What do you know about the Shiners?
They had a lot of seniors last year. I know they lost a lot of their, basically all their starters. They may have one left. They're a smaller team, but when you go over there, you just never know. I know they do a big band activity at halftime, so halftimes are a little bit longer of a delay. So you just never know. When you go on the road, you never know. And that's what I told our kids last week about North Decatur. Don't overlook them. They came out and played phenomenal. They were very physical with us, played some great defense at times, and got us very, very flustered. Kyle, he's been around for a while. He's done it for, he said, 14 years, and you could tell they know the philosophy of the system. And that makes a huge, huge difference. Even if you think, you may not have all the talent, but when you have a philosophy and the kids know what to expect, that makes a big, big difference in a program.
Yeah, good ball game last night, and what an atmosphere you come into, North Decatur, South Decatur, and I'm sure it's like this in a lot of locales in the state, but you couldn't ask for more excitement, more energy, both from the players and the fans. Student sections, I don't know when they started doing this, but they all stand up now. No sit down through the game. They didn't do that when I was a kid. Of course, that was way back when. But now I'm too old to stand up for a ball game like that. But nonetheless, that really makes a difference. The kids know that. They feel that.
Right. Yeah, they do. They feel that energy, and they feed off it.
Yeah.
We are a society now in this day and age that feeds off of other people. We're very social people in a sense. And it's nice to see that. It makes the atmosphere so much better, and it gives that, fuel, that energy. I know just listening to music before games, or having the band play music before the starting lineup, stuff like that. I love when our announcer, Matt Deal, tells the kids what city they come from. The kids get all fired up about that. So it's really, really nice. But I want to definitely thank our bench last night, too. Kyle Johanneman, Jacob Watts, Logan Owens, Brandon Binge, Tucker Bushhorn, Will Smiley, and even though, they got some minutes, but, man, I could hear them screaming and yelling the whole time, getting our kids fired up.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's a team effort, and that's exactly what we needed last night.
Yeah, big game. Your big man, Matt Cornett, I was surprised he's your bigger guy, but he's also one of your better ball handlers.
Yes.
You don't always have that combo.
No, you don't. And, as a freshman, he played freshman, and he wasn't even the go-to guy as a freshman.
Yeah.
He played freshman, and Jacob Watts was the go-to guy, from what I've been told. My assistant coach, Kelly Agnew, who he's listening right now, delivering his mail this morning, but he was telling me that Matt Cornett wasn't even a factor sometimes in the game. And then he comes out last year and starts as a sophomore. And you could see the potential, but I never really expected this. And if he keeps playing like this, he'll get some looks. We think he can play at the next level. Don't know yet, where we're at, but they say he's still got a chance to grow.
Yeah.
So that would be nice.
Well, you took a lead finally at the 4-minute mark. I think we were tied up with 2:20 left. Tied up with 2 minutes left. It was 49 apiece. There was a spot there where you ended up you pushed up to a 50, had scored 5 in a row, a 54-49 lead. You scored a 2 and a 3, had a 5-point lead with a minute something left, but North wasn't done playing basketball.
No, they weren't. I knew they wouldn't be, especially in a game like that, big rivalry game. They came down and ran some set plays on us and got some good slips on some screens. But what we did, which is prototypical of what was happening last year, we threw it away when we didn't need to.
Yeah.
We had a couple times, especially right there towards the end with about 14 seconds left, we get a rebound, and then we try to throw it over the top. And I'm screaming, no, hold on to it.
Yeah.
To try to get fouled so we can shoot our free throws. But we throw it right to North Decatur, just, not high enough.
Yeah.
They grab it, and then they call timeout with that 8 seconds left. And, good thing the
nursing a 1-point lead too.
Yeah, but still, those things happen early in the season, and those are things that we definitely have to correct. But I could tell you what I know last year Stacy and Kyle were talking about how they had experience it's really nice to have experienced players.
Sure.
It makes a world of difference.
Yeah, late in the ballgame, like I say, I think it was Nick Binge that scored. You went up 54-49, and just immediately Evan Smith found a layup to cut it to 3, and then your leading scorer, Matt Cornett, fouled out. Things were looking kind of dicey at that moment.
Yeah, he fouled out with about 38 seconds left, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, great, here we go. But you know what? Jacob Watts came in, played really well, and so did Will Smiley. He came in. I know Will only played maybe 35 seconds or maybe 45 seconds, but they don't really worry about playing time. A lot of these kids know their roles, and that's really, really nice to see. But give credit to those other kids that fought through it. But if Nick Binge keeps playing the way he does, we'll hopefully be successful throughout this season, because it's nice to see him back in action and play. This is what the kid said that he did as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And last year, him and I talk all the time. He's my TA during school, so we talk all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, thank you. We needed this last year. But hopefully he can keep it going, because he's just playing well. He's that guy you don't see on the floor, a lot of times.
Yeah.
He just does the things that we need him to do.
Well, we are talking with Brian Dixon, the head coach of the South Decatur Cougars. Just like Kyle Nobby and North, a big emotional game, a lot of energy spent in this, spent last night. You got to clear your minds and do it all over again. How do you erase the hard drive and go at it again and reset?
That's tough, because it's been so long since we've won the silver, trophy. It's been so long that it's kind of hard. I let the kids sleep in today. They were so excited about that. So we're just going to have a little shoot around before we get on the bus to do that. But, it's one of those things. I tell them Friday night atmospheres are the best usually for sectionals. Granted, you play sectional championships on Saturday. And I told them at the end of the game, I was like, look, guys, championships are won on Saturdays. They're not won on Fridays. I was like, so we got to turn around and be ready to go again, because if you want to get to that point, this is it right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can, come out and play well. I know it's going to be tough. It's a long bus trip. Late last night, for the, all the things that were happening, but we'll see how it is. It's a good test for us, especially bouncing back after a big game.
All right, South Decatur on the road tonight at Rising Sun. And then one game next week. We'll have that game in before we get a chance to talk with you next Saturday. But you'll be at home against Milan, a team you don't know a whole lot about. They've got one game under their belt. They had some football success, so their basketball season's been delayed a little bit. You know anything about the Indians?
I know they've scouted us 2 or 3 times.
Have they?
Yeah, I've
they
seen.
Probably know more about you.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But I know Josh does a really good job over there. With his program and everything.
He's going to say, put South at the free throw.
Yeah, I think everybody is. And everybody's playing zone on us, too.
Yeah.
And that's all we've worked on. We make the shots in practice, but it's hard to tell. That's going to be another physical game. I know it was physical last year. And, he'll put the horses out there on us. And we'll just have to see where it's at and see what it's like. And then, like I said, we got a stretch of home games, which is really, really nice. And then in January, we don't even see our home court for a while.
Yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a lot, about 5 road games?
5 road games plus the Edinburgh tournament.
Edinburgh tournament
so that's 3 games.
So,
yeah.
That's a lot of road games.
Yeah, it is. That is. Well, we picked up Medora. We dropped Indian Creek and picked up Medora because they wanted to play us, and so we picked up Caruthersville as well. So those are 2 teams that wanted to play us. So we that'd be good. Looking down the road and those sort of things for matchups and those sort of things. So
very good. All right, South Decatur 2-1 here early on the year. Again on the road tonight at Rising Sun, looking for some good basketball. Your feelings of the mindset. Obviously, they must have been elated last night. Talk about the mindset after a ball game, but they must have been really elated after.
Oh yeah.
And North had 5, 6 in a row.
Since 2013, we haven't beat North, so they won. I think it was 6 or 7 in a row against us.
Yeah.
So that's always nice, and all good things must come to an end, eventually. So, but like I said, you throw records out of the road. You throw everything out when it comes to that game because you just don't know what's going to happen. But I'm just happy for our kids. It was really, really nice to see that kind of atmosphere and see those smiles, on kids' face. Because, It's been a while since we've been, successful consistently.
Yeah.
And to win a big game like that, hopefully it just carries us over throughout the whole season. Because we got some games on our schedule that we're going to have to, have a dogfight. Morristown in our conference, good. I know they talked about Hauser. They're really good, even though they're just juniors, but they have played together for years. One of our teachers at our school, her son plays for Hauser.
Yeah.
And, I always ask her all the time, I was like, so what is this? What is that? She just smiles and laughs. But, it's just one of those things. It's a good schedule that we have. We feel we got some really good, tough competition, but it's also a schedule where we think it's for the most part, it's a balanced schedule. We tried to, fix some things last year, and we got some big horses away from us that we don't ever need to see anymore.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. Hopefully we can just continue and down this road and just keep playing with pride.
You played North Decatur twice. This game was for fun. The next game actually counts for your conference standings. That's next to the last game of the year. It's at South Decatur. It's February 18th. The two teams that show up that night will be completely different than were last night.
That's how it was last year.
In fact, you could play back-to-back Friday and Saturday. They'd be different team one night to
Right.
next. But, boy, you separated by a few months, and it's no comparison.
No, it's not. And like I said, I know last year when we went over to North, for the second last game of the year, we threw everything we had at them. And, that game was super close.
Yeah.
And that was a game for them to win the conference. They had to play, I think they had to play one more conference game. But our game was a really big determining factor for them. So, like you said, you just throw everything out the window. They're totally different teams, totally different atmospheres. So, but again, I want to say congratulations to North. They came out and played well. Like I said, Kyle does a really, really good job with that group. And, just thank everybody that has supported us so far. We had a really, really good student section, plus the parents as well, and the fans came out for us. And it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's a good rivalry because the students are really involved in it like that. But it's not a nasty rivalry. It's kind of it's a friendly rivalry. It's really a healthy rivalry.
It is for the most part. But if you look on the court, there's blood. There's a kid that had an eye situation before, so it's not like they're playing soft. But it gets heated. When you're playing for something. It's playing for pride and playing for a trophy or a traveling trophy. Things change.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it was just really, really nice for our kids to come out successfully. I just was hoping he was going to miss that Merritt was going to miss that layup when he went straight down the lane. 'Cause he threw up one. I was like, oh no, if this goes in, one of those kind of things. But overall, we played well, and said Oakley Billingsley and Matt Cornett both fouled out.
Yeah.
So to have that resiliency was really, really nice to finish it out.
Yeah, good. It was a good match. Your Matt Cornett, I think he had 25 points. Dylan Merritt for North had 24, and the supporting cast. It was just a good ball game.
It was a really, really good game.
Even if you had no familiarity with the teams and you're just a stranger to watch a while, you would have really enjoyed the ball game.
Yeah, you'd have loved that atmosphere. I know it got heated at times, but it also got super competitive, and you could tell every kid, even on the bench, on the floor, in the stands, it didn't matter.
Coaches, were they competitive?
Oh yeah,
spitting fire.
Oh yeah, I almost lost my voice towards the end of the fourth quarter. Yeah. I told Coach Barber, I was like, I need some water now, please, because I could talk, but you know how that is, you get super dry, and I was like, I need something, please get me something, because I already drank about 2 during the game. So, but it happens. It's part of the game.
All right, let's talk about football. You're a football guy. Well, I guess you are. I take a look at last week's picks, and maybe you took a week off.
Yeah, I think I did.
3-6 last week.
I didn't pick. I know. I got a few phone calls about Kentucky winning against Louisville. So thanks to my wife's parents, and I know her grandpa called me immediately after the game, and definitely made sure he rubbed that in my face.
Yeah, you picked Mississippi, and Mississippi State won. You picked Tennessee, and Vanderbilt won. You picked Florida, and they got beat by Florida State. You picked Oregon, they got beat by Oregon State. You picked UCLA, they got beat by California, and you picked Louisville, who got beat by Kentucky. Otherwise, you did pretty well.
Hopefully I can do better this week and get myself back on top.
Well, let's give it a try. 3 college games, 3 pro games. They're both 9-2. Coach Oklahoma State at Oklahoma. Cowboys and
that's a big rivalry game. It's at Oklahoma. I almost have to go with Oklahoma.
That's probably a good pick. Bam, this is a softball here for you. Alabama.
I think you probably could already circle that one for me.
Alabama. All right. Big Ten championship game. They're both 10-2. Wisconsin, Penn State.
I know they both picked Wisconsin. I'm going Penn State simply because I have family that lives about 15, 20 minutes from Penn State.
College Station, is that
You
right?
want to talk about a massive stadium?
Yeah.
Over 100,000 can fit in there.
Yeah.
And you don't know it. They call it Happy Valley because it goes down in.
Yeah.
Because it's sitting on that mountain. And, man, it is massive.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Pro games, Eagles at the Bengals. That's a pick'em game.
Yeah, I'll have to go Eagles on that one.
All right. I shouldn't even have to ask you.
Nope,
this
you
one.
don't have to add the next
You know,
one.
the Giants are 8-3. They're at the 6-5 Steelers. You're a Steeler guy. You're
Yep.
wearing a Steelers hat. You live and breathe the Steelers. Colts at the Jets. Monday Night Football.
You know, is Luck playing? I don't even know.
I believe they think he's playing. Yeah.
Okay, I would go with Colts if Luck's playing, simply because I think that last week, even though the backup quarterback played really well, I was at the game.
Yeah.
They just had too many drops last
Yeah.
week, wide open catches that they should have caught.
Yeah, I thought their backup quarterback played admirably.
Yes, he did. He played well enough for them to win.
Yeah.
The defense on the goal line just played really, really
Hard
well.
to win when you score one touchdown for the whole game, though.
Yeah, and you're on the 4th and 1 twice, and you can't score.
Yeah. All
So.
right. Well, Coach, having a good season so far, but a lot more basketball to play. Coach Brian Dixon from South Decatur, he's 2-1. You're on the road at Rising Sun tonight. Final thoughts, parting words.
I just want to, again, thank the fans. Thank everybody that's come out. I know Steve Stringer. He's a big buddy of mine. He's my neighbor down the street. He sent me a lot of good things last night, know, about the game. He said it was a big, exciting atmosphere, so I wanted to thank him. And I know Tom and Randy didn't get to do this show, but thank them. They do a really, really good job for us. We appreciate everything that they do. And keep supporting us, fans. We truly appreciate it, and I know you don't always hear that a lot, but thank you, and thank everybody that came out. Thank you guys for doing the radio show. We appreciate it.
All right, that's Brian Dixon, head coach of South Decatur Cougars, in action tonight at Rising Sun. We do have Tom Fleming, I should mention, doing the Periscope here at the Coaches Show, so you can not only hear us, you can see our pretty faces and watch us eat some Cornerstone Bakery donuts. We'll step away for a few minutes, and we'll return here to the Coaches Show.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Decatur County Memorial Hospital is growing to better serve you. DCMH is now offering a sports medicine program to all community members. This program includes orthopedic surgery from our new physician, Dr. Yulo, rehab services, athletic trainers, sports physicals, and emergency medical services. Let us help you succeed with our new sports medicine program at DCMH. To reach Dr. Yulo's office, call 812-663-7790, or for our rehab department, call 812-663-1119.
At Hilliard Lyons, we're conservators of your wealth, not the status quo. We're not interested in how everyone else does things. We're independent thinkers. You see, every client is different, so we treat each one as a new challenge. After nearly 160 years of wealth management experience, we've learned a few things, one of which is no two clients' goals and needs are the same. In our more than a century and a half of providing investment advice, we've come across nearly every financial situation possible. Creative thinking and a real understanding of our clients' needs and their concerns is what sets Hilliard Lyons apart from the rest. If this sounds like the kind of financial partner you'd like, call us in Greensburg at 812-663-2862.
Hilliard Lyons, investment insights for every generation since 1854. JJB Hilliard WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Do you have enough coverage? Don't wait to find out that the insurance you purchased online or from an 800 number gave you a discount on the wrong coverage. Talk to your neighborhood independent auto owner's agent today about a policy that fits your needs and budget. Visit today and form a valued relationship that won't let you down in a time of need.
This is your Greensburg Auto Owners Insurance agent, Steve Dorflinger. Stop in at Dorflinger Insurance, 810 East Main Street, or call us at 663-7779.
This is Alex from True Blue Autos. We are owned by Any King Auto Body and have a new way of buying a used car. We are operated daily by third-generation family members. Our mission and focus is to provide safe, reliable vehicles that give our customers the best value for their investment. Each vehicle on our lot goes through a 125-point inspection, and all of our certified pre-owned vehicles come with at least a 90-day limited warranty. Come to True Blue Autos, located right next to Any King Auto Body, and see what our family can do for you.
We're back with you here from Aspen Place Health Campus. They're the host of the Coaches Show. We've had a discussion this morning with the coaches. We had Kyle Nobby from North Decatur Chargers, Stacy Meyer from Greensburg, Brian Dixon from South Decatur here this morning at the Coaches Show. Last night of those teams, the only teams in action, South played at North Decatur. South Decatur coming from behind to win 55-54 at North Decatur. A lot of basketball to be played here today. In ladies action, South Decatur at Oldenburg. That'll be on Periscope at 1:30 is tip-off time. Connorsville at Greensburg, also in ladies action. That'll also be a 1:30 tip-off. In boys action tonight, Batesville at Greensburg. We'll have that for you here on WTRE as well as Periscope. South Ripley at North Decatur, and South Decatur on the road at Rising Sun. So good luck to all those teams. We've got a lot of basketball being played here tonight. And then, of course, we go into next week, Monday. Don't forget a rare Monday contest. The Greensburg Pirates will host Bob Nobby's Hauser Jets on Monday. So a lot of basketball to be played. We're not deep in the season, but certainly well into the season now. All 6 local basketball teams playing and in action. We have a lot of fun with this. We got Deb Potter with us here. She's our hostess, I should say.
Hostess with the mostest.
Hostess with the mostest. Aspen Place Health Campus. Appreciate the spread. We not only have our Cornerstone Bakery donuts. For those that are on Periscope, you can see we have bacon, we have sausage, we have orange juice, coffee, water, and fruits. I think one of our coaches actually ate some fruit.
Hey, one of the coaches ate fruit. They really touched upon everything today.
Yep.
And I think somebody took juice. Someone a little bit under the weather took some juice.
I don't know who that would be. So tell us about the Aspen Place. Any goings on here?
Yeah, right now we have Hope for the Holidays going on. We do this twice a year. We pick a local charity that we work with, and we ask everyone to bring in canned goods, or something that we do is our employees can donate their paid time off, and our corporate office will pay their hourly rate towards the charity. And so this time of year we have chosen the St. Mary's Hot Meal Program. A lot of people aren't aware of it. St. Mary's Hot Meal Program, it's not, it's self-funded. It's called St. Mary's Hot Meal Program because it's housed at St. Mary's.
I see.
But they provide a hot meal on Sunday for seniors in the community. They have Meals on Wheels during the week, but for the weekend they really need something, and so this is something.
So this is Meals Not on Wheels.
Correct.
Okay.
But that people, they deliver it to them. They do deliver it to them. So it's one hot meal. It's a hot meal on Sunday dinner. So it's a fantastic program. We did this for them last year as well, and it was interesting. Joan Coors is behind it, and when we loaded up our bus with a ton of food, and when we dropped it off, she thought maybe we just had like a small box of food, and when she saw how much we had, it really touched her because she said, our shelves were almost bare and we weren't quite sure what we were going to do. So she said, you guys really did answer our prayers because they rely on individual people for donations and such.
So you can donate a day off.
You can,
or take a day off.
No. No, you don't. You donate your hours. So if you make $15 an hour, times 8, that's a hefty donation to.
Do the math in your head. What is that?
And
what is it?
120.
There you go.
There you go. So you didn't think I was that smart, did you? But it's a great way to do it. We always have a lot of food. Last year, this time, we donated to the Veterans Homeless Shelter up in Indianapolis. So we always have a big meeting with all the department leaders, and we throw out ideas. And we have people within the community come to us as well, too. And so we listen to them. We choose who we feel is really in need. And St. Mary's Hot Meal Program, they don't get any funding from anyone. So we really feel like we want to step up and help them. And seniors, they're, Aspen Place Health Campus, we serve the seniors, and we want to serve the seniors in our community as well, too.
Good deal. All right. So, Asma, sure appreciate you hosting the Coaches Show. Do you know as much about football as these guys do?
Sort of.
We'll find out.
I come from a football family.
A couple of them had losing records last week. You could just do a blind draw and come up with that. So.
Yeah, last week was pretty exciting football. Let me tell you, Ohio State, that was amazing.
Are you an Ohio State fan? Tom Fleming's flexing his muscles. Is he? Are you an Ohio State fan?
Hey, if you watched that ball game and when you saw all those people. You saw all those people, all those fans come down on the ground. It was amazing.
He's a Buckeye.
Yeah. It was just, it was exciting to watch that.
Yeah. Well, would you like to make picks?
Sure,
with the
go
rest
right
of
ahead.
We've got there's only 6 picks.
All right.
So even
a girl could do it. Is that what you're saying?
Pick 3, right. Okay. All right. They're both 9. There's both 9 and 2. It's Oklahoma State at Oklahoma.
It's got to be where they're playing, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's
because they're rivalries.
Here's a question for a girl. They are the Oklahoma State what and the Oklahoma what?
Even a girl doesn't know. I should know that because my sister lives in Kansas.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
And the Sooners.
Oh, I knew the Sooners.
The Sooners. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And you picked Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Alabama, Florida. That's the SEC championship game.
Yeah, it's got to be Alabama.
See, it's not like you don't know nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Big Ten championship game. Mm-hmm. They're both 10 and 2.
Yep.
Wisconsin, Penn State.
Penn State. I didn't even think about that one. Penn State. They're on a roll.
And if Ohio State's 11 and 1, why are they not in the? This is a girl's question. Why are they not in the Big Ten championship game?
Because I don't know. They're not in that.
Because they lost to Penn State.
Oh. Okay, sorry, I wasn't going to say it, Tom.
All right.
I pled the girl thing. I don't know. Blink, blink, blink,
right.
blink.
Pro games, Philadelphia Eagles at the Cincinnati Bengals. Who's got the prettier uniforms?
No. I still say Eagles. I don't think Cincinnati's going to win. Sorry.
Okay. New York Giants at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're both winning records. Brian Dixon.
Where is it?
It's at Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, it'll be Pittsburgh.
All right.
Have you ever been to a game at Pittsburgh?
No. I'm sure Brian Dixon has, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has. Coach in South Decatur. And the Colts, this is Monday Night Football. Colts, the Jets.
And what's the... oh, boy, that's going to be tough. And at Jets? At New York?
Yes.
I'll go... I hate to say it, but I'll go with New York.
All right. What's a girl know, huh? I didn't say that. I'm just taunting you. Just teasing you. All right. Well, that's it.
We'll see. I mean, last week they were... Last week all those people were going, oh, yeah, well, oh, yeah.
We won't know till they play these games, so...
All right, we'll see. I couldn't be any worse.
All right, so Deb Potter here at Aspen Place, the Coaches Show. Final thoughts?
Yes, hey, it's always a pleasure to have all the coaches here on Saturday morning to discuss the ball games, as well as having you or Gary here as well.
Very good. All right. Well, that's it for the Coaches Show. Again, we got action tonight. Follow your local ball club. We've got some live on the radio, some on Periscope. That's it. Tom Fleming's with us here on Periscope. We'll sign off, and we'll see you later this afternoon.